The moment I walked into that Olive Garden in Riverside, I should have just turned around and left. You ever get that feeling? Like the universe is quietly tapping you on the shoulder and whispering, "Hey man, run." Yeah, well, I ignored it. And let me tell you, I paid for it, though not in the way Jessica Peton hoped. So, Jessica's already there, sitting in a booth, yelling into her phone so loud you'd think she was breaking up a fight, not just arguing with what sounded like a very overworked babysitter. She's got this denim jacket that's practically a disco ball, mommy's time spelled out in pink rhinestones. Her hair teased up high enough to touch the clouds. That's my first impression, and I swear, it only gets wilder from there. I'm Brandon Torres, 32, software developer, logistics company, all that boring stuff. Been single for a while, and after a rough breakup a year and a half back, I finally talked myself into trying online dating again. Jessica's profile looked legit: devoted mother, successful businesswoman, her words. Not a hint that her business is flipping garage sale junk on Facebook Marketplace, or that devoted mother really means everyone around me will be recruited to the cause. But, hey, I was feeling optimistic for about 30 seconds. She ends her call with a sigh so dramatic I half expect the tablecloth to flutter, then looks me up and down like she's judging produce at a farmer's market. Finally, I've been waiting here for like 5 whole minutes. Her voice cuts through the restaurant, sharp and bossy, but I chalk it up to nerves. Then she drops her first bomb. Do you know how hard it is to find a babysitter for 10 kids? 10 kids. Not a typo. Her profile just said mother, and somehow, that little detail never came up in our chat. But before I can process, she's waving me into the booth, barking at the waiter for more menus. We're gonna need 11 more, sweetheart. Derek, the poor guy, just blinks, like maybe he misheard. Are you expecting more people? He asks, half hopeful. Jessica laughs. Think evil villain, not sitcom mom. No, silly. I'm ordering for my babies at home. They want Olive Garden tonight. Let me just pause here. If you've ever nearly spit out your water in shock, multiply that by 10 and you'll be where I was at that moment. Jessica launches into her order, 11 takeout meals, all with extra breadsticks, detailed instructions for each kid. Her oldest, Brittany, apparently eats enough for 2 and needs an adult-sized chicken parm. Tyler, 13, in a growth spurt, gets an adult fettuccine alfredo. She doesn't even look at me while rattling this off, just steamrolls right through. Finally, I clear my throat, try to inject a little sanity into this circus. Jessica, I thought we were having dinner. Just the two of us. She gives me this look, somewhere between insulted and disgusted, then hits me with, a real provider wouldn't even question this. My children come first. Always. She says it loud enough that everyone within 10 feet can hear. And trust me, people are listening. Now, I'm not a stingy guy. I'll happily buy dinner for my date. That's what I signed up for. But $200 worth of takeout for her entire family? That's not a date. That's a catering gig. She flips instantly. Her voice rises into a pitch you could probably use to break glass. $200? That's it. You can't afford $200 to feed innocent children? What kind of man are you? Derek stands frozen with his notepad, eyes darting between us like he's watching a slow-motion train wreck. Other servers start to gather. The whole place is paying attention. It's like dinner theater, except nobody knows if it's a comedy or a tragedy yet. She shoves her phone in my face, scrolling through a gallery of kid photos, toddlers, teens, one holding a goldfish, another covered in spaghetti sauce. Look at my babies. Little Madison's been talking about Olive Garden all day. Are you going to be the monster who tells her no? I lean back, searching for the right words, thinking maybe if I keep my cool, this'll settle down. I use my dealing with difficult clients voice. Jessica, if you want to order for your kids, that's your choice, but you'll need to cover that yourself. I'm here to have dinner with you. The gasp she lets out is theatrical, like someone told her Christmas was canceled. Then the shrieking starts, and now everyone's staring. Pay for it myself. You know how hard it is being a single mom of 10? All I'm asking is for a man to step up. That's what a real man does. And here's the twist I never saw coming. The old lady at the next table, who's been watching with this look of pure, thank God I'm not you, just starts clapping. Not a full-on applause, just a slow, steady golf clap. Jessica whirls on her, screeching, "Mind your own business." And the lady, God bless her, says, "Sweetie, When you're screaming loud enough to set off car alarms, it's everyone's business. Whole restaurant laughs. Even Derek smirks. Jessica's vibrating with rage now, rummaging in her enormous purse. She slams down a stack of printed screenshots. You see these? Messages from real men. They'd buy dinner for my kids. I'm going to put you on blast. You're going to regret this, Brandon. Everyone's going to know what kind of cheap, pathetic excuse for a man you are. Before I can say a word, the manager shows up, a silver-haired guy with the patience of a saint. He's calm but firm. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to lower your voice or leave. You're disturbing other guests. Jessica turns on him, yelling about fraud and false advertising, like she ordered a boyfriend off Amazon and got the wrong model. The manager doesn't flinch. Ordering 12 meals on a first date and expecting someone else to pay is not a reasonable expectation. Would you like to sit and order for yourself, or would you prefer to leave? She grabs her water glass, and for a second I think she's going to throw it at me. She does, full-on splash right in my face, while yelling, "You're not even worth the gas money it took to get here." The whole place freezes. The manager's done with the nice guy act. That's assault. I'm calling the police. Derek, please escort this woman outside and make sure she stays until the officers arrive. Jessica tries to storm out, but her stiletto gets caught on a chair and she goes down hard. Purse explodes, papers and highlighters everywhere, little notes scrawled on profiles. Looks rich, probably good for $500 plus per date. Derek and another server help her up while she's still shrieking about lawsuits and discrimination and real men. The cops show up less than 10 minutes later. Through the window, I see her gesticulating wildly at the officers, pointing at the restaurant like she's been mugged. One cop comes in to get my statement, trying not to laugh. Turns out, Jessica's a repeat offender. She's pulled this scam all over the area, dining, dashing, demanding takeout for her babies. There are warrants for unpaid fines and disturbing the peace. And get this, she once dined and dashed when a previous date refused to pay for 8 meals. So yeah, I press charges. Water to the face isn't the end of the world, but there's a principle here. The manager presses charges too. As they're cuffing her and walking her out, she's still yelling about woman haters and how we're all afraid of strong, independent queens. The restaurant comped my meal. Derek got the biggest tip of his life, and the old couple next to me actually bought my dessert, said they were proud of me for holding my ground. Someone's phone video of the whole scene goes viral. Captions something like, "Karen demands 10 takeout meals, Olive Garden meltdown." 3 million views in 2 days. People are still debating in the comments if I should have stepped up, or if Jessica is the world's boldest scammer. But 2 weeks later, I get a call from the DA. Jessica's convicted on assault, disturbing the peace, multiple counts of fraud, contempt of court. She showed up in a shirt that said, "The judge can kiss my assets." She gets 90 days in county jail, 500 hours community service, $3,800 restitution to all the restaurants she scammed, and a ban from every Olive Garden, Applebee's, Chili's, and TGI Fridays within 50 miles. You know, looking back, I almost admire her commitment. But here's the real kicker. After all that, there are still people online arguing about who was right. So what do you think? Was I wrong for refusing to pay, or was she just working the system? Drop your thoughts below. Tell me if you think there's a line between chivalry and just being played. I'll be down there reading the comments, probably steering clear of online dating for a while, and definitely never ordering extra breadsticks again.